Now it's time for the demo, as we have covered the theory part. So let's go for the demo. And the demo, we are going to discuss about how we can create the instance onto Azure. So here we will talk about all the perspective, what we are going to use for creation of the database on Azure platform. So when we are talking about Azure, so they have the various way, as we have already discussed the theory part. So not each and every way we are going to do, yes, but I can give you the hint here, or just recall what we have learned till yet. So Azure SQL database, and why we need to choose the Azure SQL database. See, whenever your transaction logical application require a storage procedures, and that time you need a database. Am I correct? So you have already experienced working on SQL Server or other relational database. So here we are going to consider the two things into mind. The first thing which we are going to talk, host SQL Server on premises and host Azure SQL database in the cloud. What the difference? Those are the things. So basically when we are talking about the Azure SQL database, so they are completely onto the portal base, and of course we are able to create from the command line interface, which is called CLI. So Azure CLI we can use, or the portal we can use. So there's a various option. But whenever you are decided that you are going to build a web application tag for the logical app on Azure, so in this case you will prefer to host your database also on Azure. Not only that, there's so many others reason as well, and that's why the Azure SQL database is a smart choice for you. So the first thing in the profit, if you can see, the people are taking the convenience. So setting SQL Server on the VM or your physical hardware require you to know about your hardware, your software requirement. You need to understand the latest security practices, best practice, what industry is following that. Then you have to manage the operating system, SQL Server patch on the routine basis. Got it? Your backup, the retention period of the backup, those are the things. But when we are going with the Azure SQL database, the Microsoft, that means the service provider, will manage your hardware, they will manage your software update, they will manage the OS patch, all for you. Just you have to give your name of your database, and there's some few options you have to give, and then you are able to create within a few minutes. Your service will be ready. So you can bring up your Azure SQL database instance very easily. And not only that, the other benefit, we will talk the cost. Most of the people are thinking the cost, because it is managed by the Microsoft. So there is no system you have to buy, just you have to provide the power for this, and you will be charged for the utilization. So till what time you are using, so it's a billing happen like that. Of course, Azure SQL database have various pricing options, and that depends on you. Do you want to the monthly pricing, or you want to the hourly pricings, or the minute basis? So that's where you can balance your cost for the test, dev, or the production. You can plan it. The good part is that you can start with the small, and whenever you need to increase, you are able to scale it. So you can go for the scaling it, and that will be really a good. Whenever you need a more CPU when running on premises, it is really tough for you to give the more CPU or more storage. Of course, storage somehow you can do, because we are using the third-party storage, so you can do it. But it is expensive task, and lots of exercise you have to do. With the Azure SQL database, just some click, you are able to increase your CPU, you are able to increase your storage. Those are the things. Not only that, security. So Azure SQL database comes with the firewall that automatically configure to restrict the connection from the internet. So as a DBA or as a cloud architect, you can allow access to a specific IP address that you trust. Got it? So that's where you are able to combine it. Visual Studio SQL Server on your own premises, you are able to connect to your Azure and there's various other tools. So those all the things is possible, and then you are able to create Azure database. Got it? So not taking the much time onto this, let me create the database. So when you are choosing the platform, you have to decide, do you want to the DTU versus core versus. So of course, as you all know, DTU means database transaction unit. So Azure is offering you the best on that, compute, storage, and IO resource, and they are offering you. The another, they are giving you the CPU that is called the virtual core, and based on that you can create. So that one you can use, and based on that you are able to do it. So let me go for the Azure, and then we can try to create the various way, and that way you will learn how it's going to work for you. I hope it is clear to all of you. So let me go and create my Azure instance. So here what I am going to do, let me first unlock my screen. Of course, Linux machine or the portal you can access from anywhere, because the SQL Server 2016 onwards Linux installation, and that's why I was showing onto how you can install onto the this. So I hope now you all are able to see the my resource. So here you can see the SQL database that you can, or you can create onto here. So there is a different way. Either you can do from here, or once you are going to the resource, so you can find here the different type of resource. So create a resource, and then here you can see the databases. Here you can find Azure SQL Managed Instance and then SQL Database. Got it? So we have a various way we are able to do it. That's the one thing. The second thing you have to keep into mind when we are creating. So let's first go with the SQL database. So here I am going to create the SQL database. Instead of Azure SQL Managed Instance, I am going to create SQL database. So click onto the SQL database, and it will ask you the couple of field, and then you are able to do it. So here you can see the resource group. So you can use your resource group, the existing one, or if you want, you are able to create your resource group as per your business need. So as I am going for the DBA trainings resource, if you want to create, you can click on the create, and then you can give the name, and you are able to do it. Got it? So here I am creating that resource group, and then it will ask you the database name. In the database name, you can choose the your whatever the name you want. Got it? So it is a logistic purpose. You can use your database name, and then the server name you can choose, and based on that you are able to do. Okay, so that's why we are able to create it. So for my case, what I am going to do, let me create my one name. The database name I am giving DBAT demo. Got it? So demo for what? Azure SQL. So I am just giving the name called DBAT demo. Just remove it. I am giving the DBAT SQL. Okay. Then server. Here, if you have a specific server, you can choose it. Otherwise, you have an option. You can create a new one. So I'm creating the new server, and the server name I am giving DBAT server. So make sure, because it is running on the physical machine, so that name is not used by the someone else. That you have to keep into mind. So I have given DBAT server. Then server admin login. Admin login means who is allowed to connect to that machine and those things. So database identifier, the server as a primary administrator login name, whatever you want. Of course, it depends on you, whatever the name you want to give it, and accordingly you can give the name for the server login. Got it? And then you can give the password for that. So you can able to use and give the password as per your requirement. So let me give the server admin login. So here I am giving that my admin. So any name you can choose as per your convenience, and then I am giving, but make sure that not a reserved word. It is used by the some like SA or other things is already used by the Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft, and then let me give the password. So I have given the password, and now here it is saying the location. As we already talked, AH location during the theory is not supported to that. So you can choose the proper location whichever you want to use for that. So in my case, I am going to choose the West US. So West US has all the setup. Okay. So it will create a server for your machine. Got it. And then here you can see what I was talking. The server, how you are getting. So it's a DTU base. So 10 DTU you are getting with the 250 GB storage. So you can choose based on to your business. As I said, you can use the DTU service or you can use as a virtual machine. So it depends on your business how you want to use your Azure service. Got it? If you want a dedicated machine, that's a different option we have. I will show you later on. But as of now, just understand the concept, how you can do with the DTU as service and why to choose the Azure SQL database. Got it? So here I have used the DTU service. That's okay. And then I can review and create. Of course, if you want to SQL elastic pools means it will increase whenever they need it. And if you can go for the configure database, so here you have options you can see. So minimum 10 you are getting, not less than that. That is in a standard edition. So standard you are getting that one. Okay, let me go and click it. And then what I'm going to do here, if you can see, okay, let me go for the other options. So I don't want to this. I can close it. Let me go again for Azure SQL database, and then I can choose my resource. I'm giving the name called database name DBT SQL. The server, if I remember, I have given the name DBT server. Any name you can choose. My admin, if I remember, I have given, and the password I have given. And the rule you can easily see the password. You have a special character, number, and the that one minimum 8 character those. And here, if I remember, I have chosen the West US2. So that's okay for me. I can do it. Now my server, you can see here, it's getting. And then we were talking here, configure sub database. So here, standard, you can see the minimum 10 you need. Got it? If you want to the basic, so then you are able to do with the DTU 5 basic, or you can put it with the less, whatever you want. So depend on the your business need, and the price will be accordingly it's going to be changed. So just for the demo purpose, so I am going to the basic. If you want the DTU, I don't have any problem. So here you can see the data max size. So how much the database size you want, or the growth you can use. Maximum you can use for the 250 GB. So accordingly, these are the services you can use. So let me go for the 2 GB, and of course DTU I am choosing the 10, because the basic you have option maximum 2 data maximum size. Okay. So let me go for the standard, and then you can, and then I can apply here, and then I can click on the review and create. This I have just changed the storage. If you want to change the DTU and other things, that is also possible. You can able to increase the more and more, the price will be changed accordingly. Got it? So it's just for the demo, so that's why I'm showing you the with the minimum what is required and that I'm creating. So you can see here what is the estimate cost and other things, and then your collation, your data security, whatever you want to use, the compute and storage, and that's why we are able to use the SQL. Now let me go for the, if you can see the price, so price details you are able to see from here there, but let me create it. So it will take 3 to 5 minutes and then it will be ready and we are able to use it. So the my deployment in the progress, which is you can see on the screen, and later on I will show you once it is created. So just wait for a few minutes and then we will show you once it is created. So now it's time to go for the my portal, and you can see that my development, so my deployment is completed. Now we can go to the resource, and here you can see the my server name. Got it? So that's way we are able to do it, the creation. So now you can see your Azure SQL database is up and running, but am I able to access from my machine? Not at all. So here we have many options to configure, secure and monitoring. Not only that, if any troubleshoot, that you are able to do it. So we have to specify the system who can access the firewall and other things we need to give it. So for that, what I can do, let me go for the component. So here if you can click on overview, so you can get your machines and then you can set the server firewall. Got it? So let me click onto the set server firewall, whom you are allowing to connect to your machine. So we need to set accordingly. Got it? And then here if you can see, we have a add client IP. So I'm going to add my client IP. So add client IP means it will ask you the client IP which you want to connect. So here you can see. So by default, my machines, it is taken when I have clicked on the add. If you want any other rules, you can define your own static IPs. You can put it who can access and those are the things. So it depends on your business need. You can able to add a client. Of course, now I have given them my public IPs, and then if I can click on the save, so it will save it, and then we will try to access this from our machine. Got it? It get successfully updated, and now we are ready to connect from our machine. So we have a various options here for connection. Either you can use Azure Cloud Shell or for the Management Studio. So based on that, as you know, Azure Cloud Shell is a browser-based shell experience which you can able to connect and you can able to use for your connection and other specific. And then we have Azure CLI, that is the command line interface for working with Azure resource. You are able to do. So those are the things we have. So depend on the business need, we can use it and we are able to do it. So before connecting to the database, it's a good idea to verify that it exists and it is online. Got it? So those way you are able to do it and we are able to do. Now you can see that my database is created. Let me see the couple of other perspective, like I have already added a firewall. So how we can access this database, and for that there's a various option available. You can choose the best one as per your business need. So in my case, I'm going to connect. Let me show you from the Management Studio how you are able to connect. So let me start the SQL Server Management Studio, and then I'm able to tell you how you can connect from your Management Studio. So once your Management Studio will open, you can see here it will ask you the server name. So whatever the server name I have given on the portal, that server name I have just copied. And of course, here we have to give the firewall and other rules. So those, and then have you remember during the creation I have given the login, so my admin, so that and the password I have given. And let me connect it. So I am able to connect, and then similar way what you are doing in your on premises, there is no changes at all. You can see here the system database, you have a master only. In the your on premises, if you remember model template, those all the things, so that is not there. And then this is your database. So DBT SQL database you have created, if you remember. So that is your database. And then the table. So you don't have any data over there. The table you don't have. And whenever you need it, you can able to do it. You can able to create it as per your business need. So new query window you can open, and then you can do your SQL command, whatever you want to do. So let me try to create a one table. So just for my syntax, create table, and I am going to execute. So as of now, you can see you don't have any table here. Got it? Of course, let me create a table, and then we can see. Of course, the data type, varchar, and the width you are giving, those you have to keep into mind, and accordingly you are able to do. So this is just a SQL syntax. Let me fix it. So now if you can see, I'm just connected to my database, DBT SQL. Either you can use command, or you can click over there, and whichever database you want to connect, you can select it, and then you are able to just create table. Now let me execute this create table, and my table has created. Let me check the table, it is there or not. So let's refresh. You can see your table name there. So here you can see your table which you have created, that is there. The column which you have created, those all the things is there, and you are able to use it accordingly as per your business need. Of course, I have not inserted any data, another thing. So now I hope you have got the idea how you can use SQL Server onto the cloud. Okay, so that's the one thing. Apart from that, there is also some other things which I can share you, and I can guide you. In the entire training, we will talk about those parts. And let me give you some overview onto the console. So here you can see your different query editor. So from command line, what you are doing, similar way you can able to do the MySQL admin and then the password. So similar like the query window, what you are getting over there, similar you can get here. So for that database, you can able to file like the implied tables. If you have created, I don't have any row, but let me show you. So the query you are able to run it. Of course, you don't have any data, so you will not get the data, but your query succeed. You can see, of course, 0 row, that means I don't have the data. That way, if the long query, if you want to cancel, that is possible. If you want to only editor, so that will say the editor, and then the output as well. So you can use as per your business need, or you can define it the tables, and then here you can see. Got it? So that's the query editor you have. In a similar way, Power BI and other things you have. Geo replication if you want, that is possible. Then properties you can see, auditing, and depend on your business need. Okay, discard it. So those you can able to see security, tunings, alerts, metrics, those all. So depend on the what you have used. So did you, that's why the license and other thing, those keep into mind. Export, import, those all things you are able to do as per your business need. Got it? So if you can see here, this is your schema. And not only that, you have alternate option from the Azure command line interface. So from CLI, also you are able to do it. Got it. So from here also you are able to do all the configuration, everything. Just you have to give the resource name, and the command line also you are able to run your queries. You are able to verify. You are able to tune it as per your business need. I hope it is okay to you for this. And further, after the theory, we will again come to this console, and then we will talk about the other part. So that's for this demo, and let's continue with the theory, and then we can again come back onto the some further module demo I can show you.